How do you act when a woman ignores you? Destroy her ego. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where the person you care about suddenly starts ignoring you? Maybe she's stopped replying to your messages, seems distant when you're together, or just isn't as engaged as before. It's a feeling that can leave you confused, frustrated, and hurt. You start questioning yourself, what did I do wrong, or why is she pulling away? These questions often lead to a mix of anxiety and uncertainty, making it tough to know how to act or what to do next. The truth is, being ignored in a relationship can happen for many reasons, and it's not always a reflection of your worth or the relationship itself. Sometimes, people need space to process their emotions, deal with personal issues, or just step back to regain some clarity. It's easy to jump to conclusions and assume the worst, but understanding why she might be ignoring you is crucial in maintaining a healthy mindset. Reacting impulsively or emotionally can lead to miscommunication and strain the relationship even further. In this video, we'll explore why a woman might ignore you and provide some practical ways to respond maturely. We'll discuss how to approach the situation with empathy and patience, while also protecting your self-respect. Relationships are built on mutual understanding, and sometimes, when someone pulls away, it's not about you at all. It's about them needing time to process their own emotions or figure out what they want. By staying calm and respectful, you can handle this situation in a way that reflects your maturity and emotional intelligence. So, let's dive in and look at how you can navigate this delicate moment in your relationship without losing your composure or self-worth. 1. Understanding why she might be ignoring you. It's easy to feel like you're being ignored because of something you did wrong, but often, the reasons a woman might pull away or seem distant have little to do with you personally. While it's natural to want to jump to conclusions, understanding the deeper reasons behind her behavior can help you respond more calmly and maturely. One of the most common reasons a woman might ignore you is because she's feeling overwhelmed. Life can get busy, and sometimes, when someone has a lot on their plate, whether it's work stress, family issues, or personal challenges, it can be hard to balance everything. In these moments, she might pull back to recharge or regain some emotional balance. This isn't about you, but rather her needing space to process everything that's going on in her life. Another reason could be that she simply needs time for herself. Sometimes, people, especially those in emotionally intense relationships, need a break to reflect on their own feelings or to focus on self-care. It doesn't mean she doesn't care about you, it just means she might be taking a step back to reconnect with herself or figure out what she wants. Personal issues are another factor. Whether it's past trauma, insecurities, or unresolved emotions, personal struggles can lead someone to withdraw from a relationship temporarily. She may be dealing with emotions she's not ready to share or process, and ignoring you could be a defense mechanism to protect herself. Lastly, communication breakdowns can also cause distance. Misunderstandings, missed signals, or lack of effective communication can lead to her feeling disconnected or frustrated, prompting her to retreat emotionally. The key takeaway here is that her behavior is often a reflection of what's happening in her life, not a direct result of anything you've done. Recognizing this can help you avoid unnecessary self-doubt and keep the focus on understanding and empathy. 2. Don't take it personally. When a woman ignores you, it's natural to feel hurt or question your own worth. You might wonder if you've done something wrong or if she's lost interest in you. However, it's crucial to remind yourself that her actions are not a reflection of your value as a person or the quality of your relationship. In fact, taking it personally can make the situation worse, leading to unnecessary tension and even pushing her further away. Everyone has their own coping mechanisms, and sometimes, people retreat when they're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or emotionally drained. It's important to remember that when someone pulls away, it's often more about their need to process things or create space for themselves, rather than anything you've done to cause it. If you take her behavior personally, you may start doubting yourself or overanalyzing every small action or word. This can create a cycle of negative thinking that doesn't serve you or the relationship. By not taking it personally, you give yourself the freedom to remain calm and composed. This allows you to handle the situation with maturity and emotional intelligence, rather than reacting impulsively or defensively. Instead of assuming the worst, focus on understanding the reasons behind her actions and how you can support her, whether it's by giving her the space she needs or opening up a constructive conversation. Remember, relationships require patience and understanding. Sometimes, taking a step back and not internalizing her behavior can be the best way to maintain your self-respect and keep the emotional balance in check. It's a sign of maturity to recognize that her emotional state may have nothing to do with you, and that sometimes, people need time to figure things out on their own. 3. Reflect on your own actions. While it's important not to take her behavior personally, it's also essential to reflect on your own actions and consider whether anything you've said or done might have unintentionally caused her to distance herself. Sometimes, in relationships, we can be unaware of how our words, behavior, or even lack of communication affect the other person. This self-reflection isn't about self-blame but rather about recognizing areas where you can improve and grow. Take a moment to ask yourself, was there a conversation that might have upset her? Did I unintentionally say something that hurt her feelings or made her feel unappreciated? Have I been too busy or distant myself, which could have made her feel neglected? Sometimes, a small gesture or word can have a much bigger impact than we realize. By reflecting honestly on your behavior, you can identify whether there's something that needs to be addressed. Maybe there was a misunderstanding, or perhaps you didn't realize how your actions might have come across. It's okay to admit when you've made a mistake. What matters is being willing to take responsibility for it and work toward making things better. This kind of reflection can also help you understand her needs better. It's possible that something you did or didn't do triggered her to pull away, and acknowledging that gives you the opportunity to have a constructive conversation and clear the air. Ultimately, it shows maturity and a willingness to learn from your experiences, which can strengthen your relationship in the long run. Remember, relationships are built on communication, mutual understanding, and sometimes reflecting on our own actions can help us connect more deeply and resolve any issues that might arise. 4. Give her space. When a woman is ignoring you, the instinct might be to reach out repeatedly, sending messages, making calls, or trying to get her attention. However, one of the most important things you can do in this situation is to give her space. Respecting her need for time and distance is not only considerate, but it also demonstrates emotional maturity and respect for her boundaries. Sometimes, when people pull away, they do so because they need time to process their emotions, reflect on the situation, or just decompress from stress. Bombarding her with constant messages or calls may only make her feel overwhelmed and pressured, which could potentially push her further away. Instead, giving her the space she needs shows that you understand her need for personal time and that you respect her emotional space. Allowing her room to breathe doesn't mean you're neglecting the relationship or abandoning her. On the contrary, it allows both of you to approach the situation with a clearer mind. When emotions are running high, it can be difficult to have an open, honest conversation. By stepping back and giving her the space to process things, you're allowing the emotional charge to dissipate so that you can come together later with a fresh perspective. Remember, space is not about creating distance or breaking up, it's about showing patience and trust in the relationship. Sometimes, the most loving, mature thing you can do is to step back, let her have her space, and let the situation unfold naturally. When the time is right, she will be more open to reconnecting and discussing things calmly. 5. Avoid playing games. When a woman is ignoring you, it can stir up feelings of frustration, anger, or confusion. In such moments, some people might be tempted to play games, whether it's trying to hurt her ego, make her jealous, or manipulate the situation in some way. However, it's important to recognize that emotional games rarely lead to positive outcomes. In fact, they can damage the relationship even further. Playing games in response to being ignored often stems from a desire to get back at her for the perceived slight, or from a need to regain control of the situation. However, this approach is counterproductive and emotionally harmful. Manipulating someone's feelings or using tactics to make them jealous is not only unfair to the other person, but it also reflects immaturity and insecurity. When you engage in emotional games, it creates unnecessary drama and confusion, which makes it harder for both of you to address the actual issue at hand. Instead of bringing clarity, it can cause more misunderstandings and deepen the emotional divide between you. Ultimately, this kind of behavior only erodes trust and makes it more difficult to resolve the conflict in a healthy way. The healthiest way to approach this situation is with maturity and directness. If there's an issue, address it openly and honestly, without resorting to manipulation. Let her know how you feel, but also be ready to listen to her perspective. Playing emotional games is never the solution. Instead, fostering open communication, understanding, and respect is always the best approach. By focusing on resolving the issue directly, you're not only showing maturity, but you're also laying the groundwork for a healthier, more genuine relationship. 6. Approach with respect and calm communication. When a woman is ignoring you, it's easy to let emotions take over. Feelings of confusion, frustration, or even anger can cloud your judgment, making it hard to approach the situation calmly. However, one of the most important things you can do is to approach the situation with respect and maturity. When the time is right, have an open and honest conversation with her. This conversation should be calm, respectful, and free from blame or accusations. Rather than demanding an explanation or confronting her aggressively, start by expressing how you feel. Share that you've noticed the distance and it's left you feeling unsure, but emphasize that you're seeking clarity, not conflict. It's essential to communicate in a way that invites understanding rather than escalating the situation. Asking for clarity doesn't mean pressuring her to explain everything right away, but it shows that you value the relationship enough to seek resolution. Respectful communication involves actively listening to her side as well, being open to her perspective, without interrupting or dismissing her feelings. Keep the focus on how both of you can move forward, rather than rehashing past mistakes or making accusations. Approaching the situation with calmness and maturity helps diffuse any tension and create space for productive, meaningful dialogue. Clear communication leads to understanding and reduces the chance of miscommunication or further emotional distance. It also shows that you're committed to resolving issues together, which is the foundation of a healthy, respectful relationship. By maintaining a respectful and calm approach, you're demonstrating your emotional maturity and willingness to work through challenges together. 7. Show that you value yourself. When a woman ignores you, it can be easy to lose sight of your own value. You may begin questioning your worth or feeling like you're not good enough. However, it's crucial to remember that your self-worth isn't defined by how someone else treats you, especially during difficult moments. Maintaining your dignity and confidence is essential. In situations like this, it's important to stay grounded in your sense of self. This means recognizing that you deserve respect and that your emotional well-being shouldn't be contingent on someone's behavior. If you allow yourself to be emotionally drained by someone's silence or indifference, you risk losing yourself in the situation and compromising your own happiness. By valuing yourself, you're not only preserving your confidence, but you're also showing that you won't tolerate being treated in a way that diminishes your worth. Self-respect is key to maintaining healthy boundaries and ensuring that you don't settle for less than you deserve. When you demonstrate that you value yourself, you signal to the other person that you won't accept behavior that doesn't align with mutual respect and understanding. In these moments, remember to focus on your personal growth, goals, and interests. Keep engaging with the things that bring you joy and fulfillment, whether that's pursuing a hobby, spending time with friends, or working towards your personal ambitions. This not only helps you stay emotionally strong, but it also signals to her that you are an independent, confident individual, not reliant on her for your happiness. By maintaining your self-worth, you not only protect yourself emotionally but also set the stage for healthier relationships, where mutual respect and appreciation are at the forefront. 8. Focus on your own growth and well-being. When a woman is ignoring you, it's natural to feel emotionally unsettled. However, One of the best things you can do for yourself during this time is to focus on your own growth and well-being. This isn't about avoiding the situation or ignoring your feelings, it's about taking control of what you can and investing in yourself. Focusing on your personal development, whether it's advancing your career, diving into hobbies, or prioritizing your health, can be incredibly empowering. Engaging in activities that make you feel fulfilled and confident helps you regain a sense of purpose and balance. Whether you're working on a passion project, learning a new skill, or simply spending time with friends, these activities help you reconnect with who you are outside of the relationship. Not only does this build your confidence, but it also helps shift your focus away from the emotional stress caused by the situation. Instead of dwelling on the negative aspects of being ignored, you're actively investing in your happiness and well-being. This positive shift allows you to see the situation more objectively, without letting it consume your thoughts or define your emotional state. Taking care of yourself also helps prevent obsessive or reactive behavior, which can often make things worse. Instead of fixating on her actions or constantly checking for signs of change, you're empowered to live your life and keep moving forward. In doing so, you maintain your sense of self-worth, avoid becoming emotionally drained, and remain grounded in your own goals and happiness. In the end, focusing on your own growth is not only beneficial for your emotional health, but it's also a sign of emotional maturity that will help you handle the situation with more clarity and resilience. Navigating the feelings that come with being ignored by a woman can be challenging, but how you handle the situation can make all the difference. Throughout this video, we've explored key strategies to manage this emotional discomfort with maturity, respect, and understanding. Let's quickly recap the important points. First, it's essential to understand why she might be ignoring you. It's not always about you personally, sometimes it's about her own emotional needs, personal space, or external stresses. Remember, don't take it personally, people's behaviors are often more about them than about you. It's also important to reflect on your own actions and consider if something you've done might have contributed to the situation. However, if the situation calls for it, giving her space is a crucial step in maintaining balance and emotional well-being. Avoiding games and focusing on direct, honest communication will keep things respectful and healthy. Lastly, while navigating this difficult time, always show that you value yourself. Maintaining your dignity, focusing on your own personal growth, and investing in your happiness will help you stay grounded and resilient. Now, take a moment to reflect on your own relationships, not just romantic, but any relationship where communication and respect matter. By applying these principles, you can create healthier, more balanced connections. Whether you're dealing with someone ignoring you or simply trying to communicate better, understanding the power of space, respect, and maturity can transform your relationships. Remember, moments like these are opportunities to grow emotionally. By practicing patience, focusing on self-care, and being respectful in your approach, you show that you are emotionally mature and capable of handling tough situations. Relationships are about mutual respect, communication, and understanding, and you'll come out of this experience stronger and more aware of what you truly want. In the end, relationships are a reflection of how we treat others and ourselves. Keep focusing on your growth, remain respectful, and always remember that your peace of mind and self-respect should be your priority.